Hey Nova babes. So we came off of an amazing weekend, right? Like our party was so much fun. And again, all my gratitude, all my love to everybody. I feel like all of us were like on this like little high of like, oh my God, this was amazing. Like for me, it was such a beautiful, grateful moment to really look and track the progress that I've been on and like where I'm headed, where I'm going, like how this looks, how this feels. And it feels really good. Like it's a little scary, but it like definitely feels good because I'm like, wow, like even throughout every crazy insane thing that I've been through over this last year, I was still consistent. I still showed up. I still had a place to be seen and heard and supported. And I cultivated that. And you guys helped bring it to life. My love, I love it. You know, I really do love it. And I'm so grateful and I'm so appreciative. And now it's kind of like revved me up for this like next chapter, this next level of like, let's do this. Like, let's go. And I hope you're feeling the same way, you know, of like, wow, I've already completed so much. I've already changed so much. I've already done so much in this little amount of time. And now I have so much more that I'm understanding, that I'm getting clarity, that I have confidence on, that I can move towards, I can move through. Like, you really did that shit. Proud of you. You really did it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something that why I wanted to take Saturday so seriously, because you did it. I hope when you look at that certificate, you really see yourself as like, wow, I actually did something for myself for once, and I'm actually seeing the payoff of it. It might not be 100%, right? You might not have been like, oh, this is exactly what I came here for, but you're a lot closer. And that's a part of that progress. That's a part of that step of like, wow, I really did this. And now I have proved to not only myself, my subconscious, my higher self, so on and so forth, the older versions of myself, that I can do these, even when it's messy, even when it's all types of Lulu crazy. You can still do it because you did it. It's done. And now for, year two, it's like, okay, what am I really revving up for? What am I really going to do here? Because I know for myself, kind of coming in, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm just hoping for the best here. And now it's like, I am a spiritual transformation coach. I am having a one-on-one coaching program that will be the change in the definition of my business. I am creating my own tarot deck, which I forgot to tell you guys that I am creating my own deck with my collaborator Tina. She's gonna do like the design work and everything. I am just like, it is super exciting because this is like my go-to deck, right? My Nesoteric Y spell deck, and I love it. I love the imagery. I love the simplicity of it. I love how like there's keywords and stuff, because that really works for my ADHD. Like, don't get me wrong, I obviously know the cards, but there's 78 cards, and each card has a different breakdown, understanding, because it's not just the simplicity of whatever is on here, right? There's a level of depth and layer that comes with that. And for me, as like a reader, I want something that I can utilize as a tool, like my favorite pen, my favorite notebook, my favorite, calendar app, if you will. Anything that is like a tool I want to invest in. I really want to make it worth my while. And during my Akashic Records reading, when she told me that like I have been using cards in every single lifetime, like it is a part of me, is an extension of me, that is how I tap in, I 100% believe it. I 100% feel it. And I feel like this is exactly what I need to do for me. 442, as I said that. But we're playing tarot today. I wanted to just see what's coming up, what's coming out, because Saturday I was like so tapped in, y'all. Like it was really crazy. Like I had a connection for Shelby. I had a connection for Alicia. I had a connection for myself. Like, there was just a lot of energy like moving through me, and it's something that I'm really trying to like practice and hone in on, because the aftermath feels so different. Like, it is so different now. I was exhausted, like literally Saturday or Sunday and Monday. I slept like all day. I took naps. Like, I was trying to like get my electrolytes in. Now, granted, yes, I was doing some drinking and some crossfitedness, but like, it was like spiritually, I was so unbelievably taken aback. And I'm starting to like realize for myself, like, the deeper that I go, not only for myself but for my clients, it takes like this different kind of like spiritual connection, and the connection is deeper, it's stronger. But my recovery time, right, like that is the part that I'm like, oh, okay, like I really need to work on that. And I feel like that means something for someone, like recovery time specifically. Like, it doesn't matter how long your recovery time is. This is for whoever this resonates for. It doesn't matter how long your recovery time is. It's the fact that it needs to be done and it cannot be ignored. Like, recovery in whatever sense, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and honestly, all of the above. Like, I know spiritually for myself, when I feel depleted, I will do like an egg cleanse, I'll do a smoke cleanse, I will journal, I will like do like a channeled writing message. Like, I will do what I feel pours back into me spiritually. But sometimes, like, physically requires a mental or an emotional or spiritual, right? Like, all of these different categories can use the other category to fulfill said bucket, if that makes sense. So the timing is you. What kind of recovery do you need? What kind of recovery are you needing for certain things that are going on in your life? Because I know for myself, like, when I keep saying that I'm just trying to find myself and understand myself and really see myself, I am finally starting to see myself in ways that I feel like other people see me, but I'm also starting to see myself at the core, and not just like as this version of myself that I have pretended I have been, but the real version of myself, the real pain, the real hurt, the real grief, but also the real light, the real shine, the real beauty. Like, hello. Do you see me? But like, for real though, like, why can't we have that confidence? It is so easy, especially for women, right? But I would say that's like across the board for anybody. But it's like, in womanhood, it is so easy to be like, oh my God, I'm fat. Oh my God, I'm ugly. Oh, I need to lose 10 pounds. I need to do this. I need to do that. But then, like, when it actually like comes down to it, right? Whenever you're actually confident, people are like, oh, like, she's full of herself, or oh, she's arrogant, or oh, she's this, she's cocky. No, like, why wouldn't I think I was beautiful? Like, why wouldn't I think that I'm hot? Why wouldn't I think that? Like, if other people think it, why wouldn't I? Because you can't tell me that other people don't. Okay, come on. And I think all of us have been in a relationship or currently are in one. Like, obviously there are people out there that find you attractive. Don't act like you're not. And period. Okay? Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. So, first one that came out, 9 of Pentacles. This was in the upright, straight out of the gate. This is about reward, success, achievement, independence. This is a crazy card that came out because I know that this is for me. Like, the other day after Saturday, like Sunday and Monday, I was like, wow, like, am I really ready? You know, am I really ready for this next step? And I know that I am, right? I know that I am. I have to push through it. I have to understand that there are things that I still fear, but it still needs to be done, right? Like, that fear is just not gonna like 100% go away. And I realized I feel like I'm more afraid of the abundance than I am the failure. I failed time and time again, and I know how to bounce back up and dust myself off. That I know how to do. You want to know what I don't know how to do? Live an abundant life. Be safe. Feel seen, feel heard, have the abundance of everything I've ever dreamed and desired, not only in the material, but in the spiritual and the mental, all of those. Like, I've never had that. So I don't know how I'm going to react. I don't know how I'm going to be. I don't know how I'm going to feel. And that's been something that I know has been holding me back. And maybe that has been holding you back as well. And then we got the Tower in reverse. So I know it's holding you back, right? Delaying the inevitable, resisting the change. And that's why I was like, oh, when the cards came out, because I'm like, I know Spirit is like, babe, this is what you want. This is what we're trying to give you. But you're delaying. Why are you delaying it? I've been pushing back my launch. Originally, I was going to launch my one-on-one at the end of June. Now I'm thinking like middle of July. And like, mind you, when I say that, it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm too afraid, I'm too nervous. I did want some staggering. I know Kate won. So when Kate and I work together, a little bit of the caveat of this giveaway is seeing somebody else's real world reaction to it so that I can tweak what is necessary before fully launching like the full program. And that would give like more than enough time to tweak the beginning and middle if necessary. So I'm like, okay, like, I want enough time for that. And I've built the actual program. The only thing that I'm working on is the videos. And last week, like, I was really caught up in my own mental thought about like some stuff that like mentally I'm like dealing with. Not that I won't share, but there's still stuff that I'm still like figuring out for myself. That like I'm gonna navigate that first before I, express that to other people. But I'm like, okay. I got wrapped up for a whole week on something that I definitely did not need to be wrapped up on, but it was so different. It threw me for a loop. Like my brain like just could not handle it. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to move forward, if I'm going to be like doing this, people that I'm going to be meeting and conversating with and like having joined the membership or joined the one-on-one program, the shedding, like I have to like guard myself a little bit more spiritually. Like I need to put myself in a better position with my routines and habits. But like I can't keep holding myself here. Like it's like Alice in Wonderland when she starts like taking those potions and she becomes too big and too small and too this and too that. That is literally what's happening. Queen of Wands. See how like standing strong, firm, the panther, right? Then we have the lion back here. There's a lot of imagery. Lions here, lions there. This fierceness, this ferocity. This is confident, self-assured, passionate, determined. All of these three, it's like you can have everything you want. Stop delaying the inevitable change that you know that you are on because you are strong, you are confident, and you can do this. Like, that's really what Saturday was all about, right? Is like, you can have it. And now, what do you really want? Versus when you first started, I think all of us wanted more confidence, more intuition, more clarity. And now that we have it, it's like, okay, well, now I want more confidence. Now I want more of this lifestyle or this or that or whatever it is, somewhere in the middle, right? There's just a lot of energy of like this change. Like you truly have changed. You might not have physically changed, or maybe you have, right? Maybe you can see yourself in the mirror and you're like, I have changed, but you haven't fully developed and seen the real change that other people are seeing or that the universe is giving to you. We also have two more cards here. We have Three of Pentacles. This is about teamwork, efforts, collaboration. Collaboration is big for you. Like, you have a very open mind. You have a lot of creativity, but you need collaboration to hone in on it, to like push forward. Because don't forget, you had the Queen of Wands before you had the Three of Pentacles. When you are confident with it, when you go into these collabs, when you start working with other people, that is when the magic happens, the secret sauce, if you will. Because then we also have Five of Wands, and this is like conflict, right? It's like these acrobats contorting themselves. Like you have conflict within yourself, right? And with some other people, right? There is tensions, there's clashings here. But more specifically, I keep noticing her legs. But then I notice her face. It's like you're at this point where you're like, I'm contorting myself, I am changing, I am moving, I am growing, I am trying to be flexible, but like I still have an RBF, right? Resting bitch face. Like I can't help but to still hold on to certain things from before. And like, hear ya, right? Easier said than done. It's very much easier said than done. But you're at a new precipice in life. Five of Pentacles. This is what you're worried about. You're worried about the hardships again. You're worried about feeling abandoned, struggling, feeling isolated. You know, one of the things that I hate more than anything is feeling alone. And like, I grew up as an only child. I'm very, like, I like being alone, but I don't like feeling alone in my emotions. I don't like feeling alone of like trying to figure out my life and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I know I need people. And like, I know I need my own confidence and clarity and understanding, but I need a soundboard. I need the support, because there is isolation, there is despair and hardship and adversity, right? But that feeling abandoned feeling is really what's coming through the most. Like, you don't want to feel abandoned. There's plenty of people in your life that have already made you feel abandoned, right? People that you love, people that you care about. It could be family, friends, old relationships, platonic or romantic, right? But it's like, you don't want to be left out in the cold. You'd rather do with somebody else than do it by yourself. And I get that. I get that. But what kind of person do you want to bring into that? Because you got the Devil in reverse, and that's independence. That's reclaiming your power. That is moving forward, right? Releasing the change. When you're no longer chained, but somebody else that's riding with you is, you can only go as far as their chain will allow you. But when you're free, you can go as far as you want to go. So that matters on who you have here, right? Hangman, reverse, stalling, perspective, stagnation, standing still. You know, call back to the Tower here. You cannot stay where you are at. And I know you know that. I know you know that. And it is scary to move forward. It is nerve-wracking, but it can and will be done. There's literally no other option. And when you do, you're going to be successful, right? Six of Wands, that's success. That's triumph, victory. It's you moving forward, right? She is sitting on this horse moving forward. And look, all of these cards have other people in them. Because it is necessary. It is. You can't do this alone. And I know it feels so much better, right? But I wouldn't even say it feels better. It feels safer when you do it alone, because it's only you. It's only your thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you have to worry about. But now you're like, okay, it is still about me. But how do I let other people in? Sorry, I had to pause that. Donald came in. But, you know, going back, I understand that it's hard, right? It's hard to let other people in. It's hard to let other people see you and be vulnerable with you. It's hard to let other people see a depth of you that you haven't even necessarily figured out yourself. And it's scary, right? Like, how does one do that where they don't feel so vulnerable, right? So naked. But you being vulnerable, naked, if you will, is how other people approach you. That's how other people come to you. And that might not be like in a big sphere for you, right? I know for me, like me being open and emotional and vulnerable online is how people will connect to me, right? For what I'm doing, I have to be open and vulnerable for that. But for somebody else, it might just be as simple as, talking to your local barista, or having a space with a friend or a new acquaintance, maybe a new coworker or something like that, and just opening a small little bit of yourself, of just being real, of just being different, and connecting onto something a lot deeper. Expand yourself, because when you start expanding yourself with other people, that's when you expand within, right? Because you start to learn other things about yourself. Like, okay, let's say you got a crush, right? And we've all had a crush, and they just like, they take over your brain, they take over your mind, they take over your thoughts, your dreams, your sleep. You're giggling, hee hee ha ha, kicking your legs at night while you're in bed when they text you, or when you wake up and see the good morning text, or when they send a selfie, or when they post. You're just like, yes. And think of you having the crush on yourself, right? When you start opening up with other people and you get to know them on a deeper level, or you get to see them and they bring out a version of you, that's exactly what they're feeling with you too. But you can experience that where it's not romantic, right? That it is more platonic or somewhere in the middle. Maybe it is a little bit romantic, because truthfully, we got the Knight of Wands and then we got the Lovers. And the Knight of Wands is courageous, energetic, heroic, rebellious, free-spirited. The path, you're trudging forward, you're moving along anyway. And the Lovers coming out was kind of interesting, because that is like partnerships, relationships, choices, reunion, balance. It doesn't necessarily feel romantic. It definitely feels more like balance. Like you are finally going to balance all of this, right? All of this other drama. You're finally going to balance it out when you actually start being real. Not only with other people, but with yourself. When you start fully seeing who you really are, it's going to change your life. And a lot of times, people have a hard time with that, because gonna change your life, confirmation. People have a hard time with that because it's like, I'm so used to the old road, I have no idea what this new road holds. So it's scary, but it shouldn't be scary. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is like pessimism, right? Like, I feel like you're being harsh with yourself. Like, you're judging yourself so harshly. Like, you are telling yourself, like, you're still not good enough. You haven't done enough work. You're not worthy enough. And this is just a reminder. Tell that voice to fuck off, okay? For real. Because you don't... Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. I drew this picture, like, years ago. And I literally only had like 5 colors in my little art kit. And this is from the dollar store, okay? This like little thing. This felt like a representation of me. That I felt like I was the star, but I was still hidden. The real part of me was still hidden. And this, like, as I'm doing this reading, this very much is like coming into my mind right now. And obviously I'm like seeing it. You are the star, but like, you're letting all of this other stuff like cloud you, right? You don't see eyes in this, because I felt like actually drawing myself as this kind of a star instead of drawing myself as myself felt more relatable than it did actually drawing myself. And I also suck at painting faces, so that's its like whole thing in itself. But I feel like this energy that you have right now is very much like, okay, I am the star and I can do great things, but it's time to actually see it. It's time to really see your real shine. And I want that to be our journey. I want that to be something that we're working on, because in this Gemini season, right, we're right in Gemini season. like I talked about, it's about communication, it's about showing yourself. But Gemini is the twins, right? It's a mutable sign. The twins meaning both sides, the shadow and the light. I think you have done a lot of the work incorporating your shadow, but now it's time to incorporate the light. It's time to really see who the hell you really are. Because when you bring both of those together, that's how you get that connection. That's how you get that base. That's how you get that solid foundation to move forward, to move ahead, to know what you really want, to be more decisive, to have clearer intuition. It's accepting both parts of yourself. And it was a lot easier for me to accept the dark than it is the light. And now I'm like, okay, well, I really don't have any other choice. I don't have any other choice. Ooh. All right, we're gonna rapid fire through these. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All reverse. Judgment. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. Ten of Wands. So this is lack of self-awareness, lack of self-doubt, right? Or you have self-doubt. The self-awareness and the self-doubt is a crazy balance, but it's time to stop doubting yourself, right? Because you're super confused. You're like waiting for somebody to tell you something as if they're holding the key, but the key is always within yourself. Anything of aces is spirit, right? Spirit coming out and handing you something. Swords represents air, which represents mental clarity and communication, things like that. That's exactly where you're at. But it's time to stop being confused and scatterbrained and start pushing forward. But to do so is going to require you to delegate, to leave some things behind, to not keep carrying the weight and the burden of others' thoughts, feelings, opinions. I know that's your default, but it's no longer necessary. The default now is accepting your shine, seeing what really makes you, you, and having both that dark and that light come together for you to fully become the star that you're meant to be. So that's really what we're going to be hitting on for this week's lesson. I can't wait to see you guys in there. Love you.